Oh yeah, I didn't even realize I hit go. Overview. Uh, recommend most people with shell access use certbot Acme client and not automated certificate issuer installation with no downtime. It also has expert mode for people who don't want auto configuration. Easy to work on money operating system with a great documentation. Visit the certbot customize the operating system on web server. Oh. Certificate name. Description. Using testing the server until certificate validation works and switch to production. Your domain SAN, for example. Huh. Man, I don't know much about fucking certificates and shit. Hey, Vibes on, thanks for following, man. I'm doing absolutely nothing right now, not gonna lie. I am gonna play some Overwatch here in a minute. Ew. get over. I just got
What's up?
watching and watching people play to see stuff. I'm clueless. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just about to start playing some. Oh, not much, man. Just was messing around with some stuff on my router. Don't understand anything about fucking SSL certificates and shit.
Yeah, I mean, wrong person to have this conversation with.
That's alright, man. If you, what do you play on, console or PC? Welcome to the salt. Yeah. Yeah, that's Overwatch for you. How was the fight?
Pretty boring, honestly. I was expecting a lot more, but it was like 25 minutes of them just like hugging each other, basically. That was fighting today. He's like the champion, and he's known for like first round knockouts, pretty much like the last like 10 fight career. So
Uh,
no one was expecting that today too, but it was just like a 25-minute snooze fest. It was still okay though.
In the security world, obviously, encryption is extremely important. We want to be able to make sure data. If your domain name services aren't working, then you're going to have a difficult time resolving an IP address from a fully qualified domain name. Web browsing and other applications aren't going to work, and it will seem as if the entire internet is down. You may want to try pinging IP addresses instead of a fully qualified domain name to see if you're at least able to have connectivity to the network. And if you are able to ping these other devices by IP address, then you don't have a network connectivity issue. But of course, our applications commonly use fully qualified domain names instead of IP addresses. So if you're not able to make that resolution, your applications are not going to be able to function. The first thing you may want to check is the IP address of your local device. If you're able to ping a device that's on another subnet, then you know you have the correct IP
Hey,
address,
thanks for
subnet
following, Peach
mask,
Bottom.
and default gateway. But you may want to check the IP configuration for your DNS servers. Make sure that IP addresses are listed under your DNS server configuration and make sure they're the right IP addresses for your DNS servers. You can then open a command prompt and use NSLOOKUP or DIG to perform queries against that DNS server. You want to see if you're able to receive responses from the services that you would like to access. And if those DNS servers are not responding, you may want to try a different DNS server. Google's DNS servers are 8.8.8.8 and 8.8.4.4, or you may want to try the servers at Quad 9, which are 9.9.9.9. If the IP configuration on your device is not correct, you may see a number of different symptoms occur. One of these might be that you can communicate to local IP addresses, but you're not able to communicate to IP addresses on a different subnet. Or you may find that there's no IP communication at all, and you can't communicate to devices on your local subnet or a remote subnet. Or you may find that some IP addresses on your local subnet are accessible, but others are not accessible from your machine. The first thing you want to do is check your documentation and make sure that you have the correct IP address for your subnet. You'll want to check your computer's IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway, and you want to make sure that matches what you show in your documentation. If you think your switch is configured with the wrong VLAN information and you're on the wrong IP subnet, you should be able to capture packets and at least see some information appear from your local subnet. That might give you some clues as to which subnet you're connected to. If you're not on your network or you don't have access to the documentation, you may want to look at other devices around you that seem to be working. You can look at their IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway and see if that matches the subnet for your device. And of course, the problem may be associated with something else in your infrastructure. So you might want to perform some pings and trace routes and see just how far you're able to get outside of your local subnet. Some network administrators prefer to manually configure the IP addresses on all of their devices.
These keys are taking forever.
DHCP server, so they have to be very careful that they're not duplicating any IP
Yeah.
addresses between devices.
Sometimes they take like 13 minutes, sometimes they take like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I want to put this in something, or
of static IP addresses and an
Whatever you
overlap
want.
with DHCP pools.
Alt tab, so it doesn't really matter to me, but
DHCP servers, and you've accidentally
I'm chilling,
configured
I'm just doing
duplicate
stuff
IP
too.
addresses
Right.
on both of those servers. Or someone may turn on their own DHCP server without your knowledge, and now a rogue DHCP server is handing out IP addresses. If two devices manage to connect to your network with the same IP address, you'll find that they'll fight with each other. One device will have connectivity, and then the other device has connectivity, and it'll switch back and forth between the two devices.
nothing's wrong with my game. I'm just oh shit. Fuck, my water's not right here. I'll have to get some in between the match. Oh, nothing's wrong with it. I was just doing some stuff on my network, and while I was at it, I was just decided to study a little bit for my Network Plus exam. I was just waiting in queue. Oh, what's up? Yeah. I'm ready to join. What's up, everybody?
How y'all doing?
Down with Matt times 2. I'm confused.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Performance levels.
Activating the barrier.
What's times 2? Oh yes, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's on my other account. Actually, it's down with Matt with 1T, so yes.
Enemy turret not gonna bother us anymore.
Rezzing.
Heroes never die.
Yeah, that's somebody with that was their main accounts are all too high to play, and so he's like, "Oh, can I use? Do you have any accounts I can use that are lower that I could play with my buddies?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Hey, if you wanna play, just let me know." Like, all right. I think he's like a DM or something. The best way to get experience, I don't know, to be honest with you. So the best thing is to get in a group of people. Get in a group, because when you're in a group you get bonus experience. B, have what's it called? Do consecutive games because you get bonus experience, but whether it comes to whether arcade games or regular games get you more, I don't know. Quick Play Classic, it does it? Well, I mean, after I do a few games here, I'm down to, you can always play, you can always add me and I'll play with you whenever. Help you level up to 25. Ah, shit. Fuck me. Hit exclamation mark BattleNet, and I should give you my battle tag.
10 seconds remaining.
Slowly they realize that failure is all that awaits them.
I'm on fire!
Round 1 complete.
Oh,
Score
you go grab water.
to 0. Switching sides. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
BattleNet, not battle tag. I should add that as one of them.
I'll be watching over you.
Oh Jesus, you hit plat already on this account? Holy fuck. No, you're good. It doesn't matter to me. I was just.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Describing your work as unethical would be a kindness. Damage increase.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Schaden verstärkt. Ich kümmere mich um dich.
Enemy turrets outside of Bonner as they swarm.
Starting over from the beginning. Just what I needed. I'm here.
That's fine. It's just quick play. You just have to add me by battle tag. I just want to be able to play competitive with you.
I'm taking care of it. You should be a peak for bomb play. Right on. Heroes never die.
No one can hide outside of sight.
Let's get you back out there. Ich bin da.
Victory. Play of the game. Double kill.
It's all good. Yeah, I need to fucking claw back SR. I've been basically playing and not really throwing, but like just playing with people that are way lower level and just getting my ass kicked just playing support. So
Playing with friends or just randoms?
what's that? Both.
Yeah, I feel like playing with friends is like, if you're trying to rank up, it's like a little annoying because like, you know, they're not always the best and you have to like, giving like criticism is never like smooth and easy. It's just like, okay, let's get it over with.
Yeah, I got some friends that are a bit like they're pretty good, and then I have some that are just like their average rank is like just out of bronze. So when I play with them, when I do lose, it's like it's harder.
And you'll be gold soon, right? What are
I was,
19,
yeah, I was almost on my like a fresh account. I place plat and keep up with plat, but
Yeah. I saw you playing Tracer the other day, like when we were doing the 1v1s with my friend.
I don't think I was playing Tracer. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, you were. I think so. I think it was you playing Tracer, and you were like pretty good. I was like, God damn. Maybe it was me. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
But no, it was you. It was you for sure. Let's play Tracer right now. Just do like a 2-second Tracer thing. I just want to see.
Here, I'll make you lead because I don't know any of the codes. I don't ever set up custom games, so I don't really know. I would make a.
Here we go.
I didn't know I would make a new name and just put down random stuff and not my name is what I don't. What is your name?
Welcome to Lijiang Nine.
Ligma Bill. Lick my balls. Lick my balls.
Okay. Your aim is pretty good.
Eh,
I've never
I run this character, but that's about it. when something's right in front of me, it's a little easier to aim than fucking put me on like anything else.
Just remember seeing your tracking in that like in that 1v1, and I was like, damn, that's not a silver or gold mercy main kind of tracking. I feel like you should play DPS more.
Yeah, that's I've been trying to do a little bit, but I fucking hate waiting these goddamn queues.
Yeah, the queues take forever. Not too bad when you have to take it stuff. Only like 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes.
I've never called myself a revolutionary.
What's your regular sword? I don't even remember.
Masters for the most part. Range between like low masters, high masters, depending on like how much I'm taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Just don't really try hard anymore. Like I'm kind of over my phase of like you get at the game now. I just fuck around.
Called myself a revolutionary. I'm a fighter.
You're not bad.
I've never called myself a revolutionary. I'm a fighter. I've never called myself a revolutionary. Ever get that feeling, deja vu? My ultimate is coming.
I feel like you've had enough of this.
Revolutionary.
Uh,
I'm a fighter.
the last one. Alright. Gonna get into a deathmatch or you don't care?
I don't care.
I'm a
Welcome to Paris.
Fucking four tracers, god damn it.
Start over at the beginning.
How to change it? I think it's on you'd have to go to battle.net.com. Although I don't know how to console exactly. I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know how your battle tag works with it. You might have to go to battle.net.com. I think everyone gets one free change, and then after that I think it costs like money, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong about the one free one though.
However, on most modern operating systems, the OS performs a
I
check
thought everyone got
on
one
the
free
IP
one.
address
Yeah,
before it
okay.
connects to the network. And if it finds that IP address is already in use, it blocks your system from creating a duplicate. To troubleshoot these duplicate IP addresses, you can start with the devices that are being manually configured. Check the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway for your specific workstation and make sure it matches your documentation. Another thing you can do is before bringing that station online, use a third station to be able to ping that IP address and see if another device responds. If another device does respond, you know that IP address should not be manually configured on another device. If you are manually configuring the IP address and you know it's the right address, but some other device is already using it, you can use that third-party device to ping that IP address, find the MAC address of that device, and then locate that MAC address in your switch. That should tell you what interface that device is connected to. If you think you're getting this duplicate IP address from a DHCP server, you may want to capture the packets associated with the DHCP process, and you'll be able to tell exactly which DHCP server is providing you that duplicate IP address. One type of duplicate address you don't see very often is a duplicate MAC address. MAC addresses are burned into the network interface.
What's annoying is it's annoying but nice, I guess, at the same time. Like, my phone automatically chooses a random MAC address. And I think a lot of people's phones do. Which is like all fine and dandy, but pain in the ass sometimes because like I can't program things to like for instance, there's a lot of like automations that I could create so that whenever my phone attaches itself to the network based on the MAC address, I could have it register that I'm home and then turn on the lights or whatever, and that way it's not using my location data such. But I can't do that when my phone automatically generates a random one. Basically spoofs one.
You should be at peak performance level. Mercy in the right hand.
I'm on my way.
Picking up Ryan. Nice, change channels.
Don't stop now. Let me get you past that. Thank you. Damage increase. Well done. Healing stream engaged. The battlefield heroes never die.
Back.
Tactical visor activated.
Immer unterbricht mich jemand bei der Arbeit.
Go tab out for a second. Good luck, guys.
What? What's that?
I'll tab out.
You should be at peak performance level. Your support has arrived.
I had to tab out. My fucking audio settings decided to reset mid-match, so I couldn't hear the game.
Oh, I love when that happens.
Yeah, my music just went up to 100% volume, and I just about died.
Oh, mine and my audio interface will just be like, oh yeah, go fuck yourself, and then just everything just goes silent. My mic stops working. That's fun.
And never go silent. Mine just decides it wants to be all allowed. That should have hit, but okay. Dude, this guy's hooks are nutty. Wow, they just did all that to try to kill me. That's a meme.
Tactical visor activated.
They're dumping all their ults. Just stay on. Just try not to give him a point. Hanzo, hop on. Hop. I mean, we're ready. We're good, I guess. This dude's gotten like 3 turbo max range hooks on me.
A clean bill of health. Let's get you back
Fuck.
out.
Junkrat right side. Junkrat right side.
This just one. Good job. Good job, dude. Easy claps. Maybe I should heal myself, Jesus.
Immer unterbricht mich jemand bei der Arbeit.
Heal up.
This ball's fucking up my fucking hook accuracy. Like no one's business.
One. Get clear.
Damage in.
Score.
Interface card. It's very unusual to see two interface cards with exactly the same MAC address. If you do see a duplication of MAC addresses, it could be something innocuous, like someone had misconfigured a manual MAC address configuration. Man-in-the-middle attacks can sometimes spoof existing MAC addresses, so you may want to check and make sure there are no security concerns on your network. Usually, though, the problem is more benign. The issue may be related to a locally administered MAC address that has been misconfigured in a system, or sometimes you will run into a manufacturing error where two different interface cards.
The one fucking map I hate on this fucking.
Good choice.
Let me get you patched up.
They have a main now.
Damage boost engaged. I've got you.
Ball's behind you guys. Ball. Ball's low.
Picking up Ryan.
Let's get you back in the fight. Damage increased.
I cooked him in ice block, but okay.
However, it does save my life, so.
I kind of want to call bullshit. Like I feel bad for the dude.
Heilstrahl aktiviert. We still need you.
Distorted. Jesus Christ.
Tactical visor activated.
A speedy recovery. Damage amplified. Let me
Get this motherfucker. Ball's low.
damage boost engaged.
Dude's literally.
Oh shit.
Heroes never die. I'm taking care.
Yep. Fuck me.
Healing in hand.
Ball's fucking annoying.
Immer unterbricht mich jemand bei der Arbeit.
Just to see where my stats are, where I'm lying. I'm trying to check what my damage amplification is. That's just a habit. Checking how much healing I've done, how much damage amplification I've done.
Let's get you back out.
Good as well. Good. Around for the cast.
I'm here.
Famous last words.
You needed a doctor? Damage boost engaged.
Yeah.
I have no. Thank you. I realized I did not finish my reload animation. Oh, I'm discorded. Cool.
I'm taking care of you. Damage increased.
Good choice.
I could use some assistance.
Victory.
Holy fuck.
Into the iris.
I must go where I'm needed.
Ultimate is fully charged. Get in there.
Damage amplified.
You want a healer?
You've got this.
Get someone touch. Sorry on it.
Where does it hurt?
Score.
Let's get
I was
this
getting
one in the fight.
butt tickled by a Doom in a ball.
It's hot.
I mean, they made the good. They made the shit. The fucking change they needed to make.
There's nothing I haven't
Oh.
seen before. Stick together. We will.
I can go Zarya if we need it. Yeah,
For optimal chance
actually.
of survival,
This.
stay in range.
Like
of
I try to keep my offensive and defensive assists like relatively equal as possible,
Is there yet?
which is when I damage boost versus when I heal.
5,
Like that's like my personal reasons for like looking at it.
1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Teleport online. Right beside you.
Yeah, like you found me. Hey, livid banana. How's it going, man?
Thanks. Put it on my tab.
Damage amplified.
Thanks for the follow, by the way.
My teleporter is online. I'm here.
I got slept on the hook.
I'm taking the objective.
For the Anna, she's one.
This is not the end.
That hook went straight through, but okay. I get a little tickle, Mercy. Thank you.
Damage boost engaged.
I'm dead here.
14 seconds in res.
That's fine. I'll get back in time with 2G. They're coming on that right side though. They're coming all from back. You guys are up.
Oh, that's a bomb. I almost just guardian angled right into.
Cassidy's one, but I'm winner.
I've got you. Damage boost engaged.
Thank you kindly.
My ultimate is charged.
Mercy and their night schemes. Your support has arrived. Heroes never die.
I am chasing the objective. Support me.
Right down.
Get the monkey, get the monkey, get the monkey, get the monkey. Or she's in her back lines.
Reality bends to my will. Let me take a touchback.
Losing Ana.
Let's get you back in the fight.
How's he not fucking dead, dude? This ball is literally immortal.
Take a quick performance. I'm on fire.
Hits him. Doom's going back.
I'm here.
This ball, probably.
Don't stop now.
Free, right or left side.
Doom's coming. I tried to take the hit for you. Why does she have stun on my ult? My dude. Doom? Cool.
A speedy recovery.
Just stay back, we'd save for this fight.
Damages engaged.
Slide.
Heldenstern. I've got you. Don't let up on me.
know what's going on, to be honest. Yeah,
Don't get touch.
Healing stream engaged.
Play of the game.
It's hand.
$69, nice. I don't know.
Now traveling to Kamizaka.
Have the same burned in address. If you do see multiple MAC addresses on your network, you may find that those devices have intermittent connectivity. The switch is going to be confused about exactly where that MAC address happens to be on the network. If you're trying to confirm the MAC address of a device, you may want to ping the IP address of that device and then look at your ARP cache to see exactly what MAC address is associated with that IP. If you're using DHCP on your network, you know that most devices will be able to renew their IP address halfway through the lease time. If you find that the DHCP assigned IP address of a device is expiring, this may indicate a problem with the DHCP server. If a DHCP server is not available to renew that IP address, then the client will release that IP address at the end of the DHCP lease. We know that if an IP address then is starting with 169.254, then they have an automatic IP address assignment and they were not able to retrieve a DHCP assigned address. Your first place to go then would be your DHCP server. Make sure that you have addresses available in the pool and that the DHCP server is working normally. What if someone happens to install a DHCP server on your network and starts handing out IP addresses to anyone who might need them? This would be a rogue DHCP server, and because there's no security inherent to DHCP, this might be something very easy for someone to configure and put on your network. This could mean that someone might be assigned an invalid or duplicate IP address, and that, of course, would affect many devices on the network and would probably prevent many clients from being able to communicate to other devices. One way to disable this rogue DHCP server is to enable security on your switch. There's a function called DHCP snooping that may be able to identify rogue DHCP devices, and you may be able to authorize DHCP devices in Microsoft's Active Directory, and only those devices would be allowed to hand out DHCP addresses. To resolve this problem, you would first have to identify the rogue DHCP server and disable it. You would then need to find all of the devices that received an IP address from that server, have them release that IP address, and then renew with the normal DHCP servers. If you're communicating to a web server over an encrypted channel and you receive a pop-up message in your browser and this error says that the certificate is not trusted by your computer's operating system, then you may have a problem communicating securely to that web server. This means that your browser received the certificate from the web server, but the certificate authority that signed that certificate is not in the browser's configuration, so the browser doesn't trust that certificate. This could be that the certificate itself has not been signed by a certificate authority, or the certificate authority that has signed the certificate is not part of the trusted certificate authorities that are listed in your browser. You need to look at the certificate details itself. It will tell you what the issuing CA happens to be. On this particular certificate, you can see there is a issuer that is CAcert.inc. And that CAcert certificate does not exist inside my browser, so my browser is not going to trust that web server. If you're communicating to an internal web server on your company's network, then you may need to add your company's certificate authority to your browser. Normally, this internal certificate is added by your workstation administration team, but you could manually add that certificate as well. Configuring the date and time on all of the devices on your network become very important when you're trying to implement security. For example, the default tolerance for Kerberos is a 5-minute window, so you have to have very tight tolerances on the time and date on all of your devices. This is because Kerberos is assigning you a ticket, and that ticket has a timestamp associated with it. If that timestamp is too old, Kerberos considers that ticket to be invalid, and then your client is not able to log in. That's why one of the first things we do when there's a problem with Kerberos or being able to log in is to check the timestamp on the device that's trying to gain access to the network. The easiest thing to do, of course, is to configure all of your devices with the Network Time Protocol, or NTP. This makes it so that every device can automatically update its clock and stay in sync with one another. If you've ever managed a DHCP server, you know that you create a pool that has a certain number of available IP addresses in the pool. But what if you run out of addresses? In those particular situations, you'll find that devices are not able to get an IP address from the DHCP server, and they'll assign themselves an API-PA address. If you find that devices are assigning themselves an API-PA address instead of assigning a DHCP address, you may want to check your DHCP server and that you have enough IP addresses available. And if possible, you may want to add additional IP addresses to the pool. Exhausting a DHCP scope can sneak up on you, so you may want to implement some IP address management, or IPAM. This will allow you to monitor and get notification if your DHCP pool gets low. And if you have a lot of transient users that move in and out of the network every day, you might want to lower your release time. This would allow more IP addresses to be released faster and would provide a larger pool for other users that might need them. On today's networks, we're adding many different security devices, and we may find that certain application flows may be blocked due to filters installed on a firewall. This could also be configured as an ACL on a router, and it would be restricting the access for an application to travel through that network device. These security checkpoints are usually configured with very conservative rules, and it's not uncommon for these rules to block new applications
Hey,
from
hard day
working on the
worker.
network.
Thanks for following.
One of the first things you can confirm then is that
How's it going? Oh, perfect timing. Just got a game.
Traveling to Route 60 to attack. Select your hero.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Shit, man, it doesn't feel like fucking Saturday. It feels like fucking... I don't even know. Mostly because I have to work tomorrow.
I'll be watching over you.
Finally, I have beaten the champion at arm wrestling.
I heard it was your birthday, old man. So I went easy on you. Despite our differences.
I don't want to work tomorrow.
Tracer, you should be careful. We don't know the side effects of using the chronal accelerator.
Considering the alternatives, I'm willing to take the risks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
Shit, hopefully he'll be back in time.
Let me get you this.
There he is.
You should be at peak performance level.
Are you moving the payload? Performing.
Ich bin down. I'm taking care of it. Damage increased. I require assistance. Don't stop now. We make a great team. Let me get you patched up.
Top right.
must go where I'm needed.
Fucking 5 offensive assists for my 1 defensive.
You should be at peak performance levels. Let me get you patched up.
My ultimate's ready.
Group up.
Pulse bomb ready.
Somebody running around underneath us, I can hear.
The payload has been stopped.
Thank you. My
Must get it
ultimate's ready.
moving again.
I'm taking care of you. Damage boost engaged. Let me get you patched up.
Scout's Genji behind us. Fuck.
Immer unterbricht mich jemand bei der Arbeit. Valkyrie's charging. Where does it hurt?
That was dumb.
Group up here. Back in the fight.
Okay, let me jump to you. Thank you.
You should be at peak performance levels. Join me.
Saddle up.
Where does it hurt? I'm with you. Damage increase.
Thank you kindly.
I'm taking care of you.
I am ready.
A clean bill of health.
Thanks. Powered up.
Where does it hurt? Sie sterben nicht. I'm taking care of you. Group up with me. Group up. Damage boost engaged.
Good choice.
Heroes never die. Right beside you.
Tactical visor out.
Damage amplified. Let's get you back out there.
Behind us, more on point.
This is not your time. I'm taking care of you. You should be at peak performance level.
60 seconds.
Stop now. Healing stream engaged. I've got you. Let me get you patched up. Damage amplified. We're out of time. Attack!
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei. Damage boost engaged. Heilstrahl aktiviert. Let's get you back in the fight. Heroes never die. of modern medicine. Where does it go?
Seconds remaining.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
I read you.
Tracer here.
Science will reveal the truth. This will heal.
Round 1 complete. Score 2-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
That there is some type of communication problem. If you perform a packet capture, you can see the application request, and then you can see that no response is received. From there, you may want to run a traceroute tool that allows you to customize the TCP or UDP port number that's used. This would allow you to see just how far the traffic is.
Do my job, do you?
You should be at peak performance levels.
Don't just stand around. Do something.
Where does it
5,
go?
4, 3, 2.
Damage
One.
force engaged.
Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Enemy contact.
All over me. Damage increase. Healing stream engaged. Let's get to that outlet. I'm taking care of him. Let's get to that outlet. Shout, that's that. Our heroes never die. Damage increase.
I'll take that.
Let me get you touched back.
Let them up.
We make a great team. Right beside you. Schaden verstärkt. Enemy contact. You needed a doctor?
Tactical visor activated.
old as new.
Hello.
Let's get you back out there. Your support has arrived. Let me get you.
Has reached the checkpoint.
Starting over from the beginning.
Tap on me, buddy.
Heroes never die. Where does it hurt? Oh, system upgrade. Let's get you back out there.
Feeling spry.
Your support has arrived. Damage increased.
Tactical visor activated.
Back at you.
Resistance.
I must go where I'm needed. Get them off me. You needed a doctor? Back in the fight. I'm taking care of you. Fire! Position.
Pump up the volume. I am loving this.
Objective is down.
This will heal you.
Defeat.
Play of the game.
All right, let's see here. How come some people it shows a rating for and some people it doesn't? Hey, maybe like this, no? Because that one has it. It's weird. Huh. Orgio. All right. All right. I think I'm going to take off and get some sleep because I still have to work in the well, not morning, but work tomorrow. I'll catch everyone probably tomorrow after work, be my guess. Most likely. Unless I end up doing something, which is possible, but not. I don't know. Plans are not quite set in stone.